What does it mean to be human? Is it our ability to adapt, to endure even in the face of overwhelming odds? In the distant future, Earth had stretched its reach into the cosmos, joining a myriad of civilizations in the interstellar alliance known as the Galactic Union. But with new allies came new enemies. The most formidable of these were the Thraxians, led by the ruthless General Kraxon. On the war-torn planet of Zentari, amidst the chaos of a skirmish gone awry, Private Emily Harris found herself a prisoner of war, locked away in a grim, alien cell. The cell was a small, dark cube, the walls etched with Thraxian symbols that glowed faintly in the dim light. A single barred window offered a glimpse of the alien world outside, a world of towering structures and perpetual twilight. Despite the bleakness of her situation, Emily's spirit remained unbroken. Her uniform was tattered, and her face bore the marks of battle, yet her eyes sparkled with an unyielding resolve. Emily had grown up on the fringes of the Milky Way, on a small mining colony that had taught her the value of resilience and resourcefulness. Her father, a former soldier, had instilled in her a strong sense of duty and an unwavering belief in humanity's potential. These lessons now fueled her determination to escape and warn her superiors of what she had learned during her capture. Days before, she had overheard Kraxon gloating about a hidden vulnerability in the Thraxian fleet, a secret that could turn the tide of the war. But escaping from the clutches of the Thraxians would require more than just bravery. It would require cunning and the cooperation of unlikely allies. As she contemplated her next move, the cell door slid open with a hiss, and in stepped a figure that made her blood run cold. General Kraxon himself. Towering and imposing, with scales that shimmered like dark metal, Kraxon was the embodiment of Thraxian might. "So the weak human has yet to break," Kraxon sneered, his voice a deep rumble. "Your kind is as fragile as it is foolish." Emily met his gaze, her own unwavering. "Humanity is a lot stronger than you think, General. You'll learn that soon enough." Kraxon laughed, a sound that echoed off the cell walls. "We shall see, Private Harris. We shall see." As the general left, Emily's mind raced. She had a plan, but it was risky. It involved tricking her guards and navigating the labyrinthine prison complex to find a communication terminal. And for that, she needed a distraction. That night, under the cover of darkness, Emily set her plan into motion. She had managed to tamper with the cell's energy grid, causing a flicker in the lights. As the guards entered to investigate, Emily sprang into action. Using skills honed on the battlefield, she incapacitated them with swift, precise movements. Heart-pounding, she slipped out of her cell and into the dimly lit corridor. The prison was a maze of identical hallways and doors, but Emily had memorized the layout from a discarded guard's map. She moved quickly and quietly, avoiding patrols and surveillance drones. After what felt like an eternity, she reached the communications room. The terminal was a complex array of alien technology, but Emily's training in Galactic Union tech allowed her to navigate it. She began the transmission to Earth Command, detailing Kraxon's weakness and her coordinates for extraction. But as the transmission ended, alarms blared throughout the prison. Emily's heart sank as she realized her escape had been discovered. She braced herself, knowing that the hardest part of her journey was just beginning. She needed to survive long enough for her message to make a difference, for humanity to strike back against the Thraxians. And for that, she needed to be more than a soldier. She needed to be a symbol of human resilience and hope. Emily took a deep breath and stepped out into the chaos, ready to fight her way to freedom. The blaring alarms filled the prison with a cacophony of warning sounds, but Emily Harris's mind was as calm as the eye of a storm. She weaved through the corridors, her every move a testament to her training and determination. The Thraxian prison, once an impenetrable fortress, now felt like a puzzle she was solving piece by piece. As she rounded a corner, she nearly collided with a group of alien prisoners. They were a motley crew, a towering four-armed Jovar, a nimble, cat-like Philidian, and a mysterious, hooded figure whose race she couldn't place. Their eyes met hers, and in that instant, an unspoken alliance was formed. They too were victims of Kraxon's tyranny, and they too sought freedom. "Follow me if you want out," Emily whispered, her voice barely audible over the alarms. Without hesitation, they fell into step behind her. Their escape was not just about her anymore. It was about showcasing the strength of unity and diversity. Navigating the prison's labyrinth became easier with her new allies. The Jovar's strength, the Philidians' agility, and the mysterious figure's knowledge of Threxian technology proved invaluable. They moved like shadows, evading patrols and disabling drones, making their way toward the hangar bay where they hoped to find a ship. As they approached the hangar, they encountered a squad of Threxian guards. Emily's heart raced, but she remained focused. With a nod to her companions, a silent plan was set into motion. The Javar and Philidian created a diversion, drawing the guards away, while Emily and the hooded figure sneaked into the hangar. The hangar was vast, filled with alien ships of various designs. They headed toward a small, inconspicuous vessel that the hooded figure assured them was fast and reliable. As Emily prepped the ship for takeoff, the figure revealed their face, pulling back their hood. It was a Threxian, but not like any she had seen before. Their scales were lighter, and their eyes held a depth of sadness and wisdom. "I am Zara," the Threxian said, "a scientist and a dissident. I oppose Kraxen's war. My people once sought knowledge, not conquest." Emily nodded in understanding. "You'll be safe with us," she assured Zara. As they fired up the ship's engines, the Jovar and Philidian sprinted into the hangar, pursued by guards. A fierce battle ensued, but with the combined might of their impromptu team, they managed to board the ship and seal the hatch just as a barrage of energy blasts hit. The ship lurched into the sky, leaving the chaos of the prison behind. Emily piloted them through the planet's atmosphere, the ship's stealth technology hiding them from the Threxian fleet's sensors. As they reached space, the vastness of the cosmos stretched out before them, a tapestry of stars and nebulae. But their escape was far from over. Kraxen's fleet loomed large in orbit, a formidable barrier between them and freedom. Emily set a course for the nearest jump point, but they would need to evade the fleet's patrols to reach it. As they neared the jump point, a squadron of Threxian fighters detected their presence and gave chase. The ship rocked under the impact of energy blasts, warning lights flashing across the dashboard. Emily's hands flew over the controls, executing evasive maneuvers that pushed the ship to its limits. Beside her, Zara worked feverishly to enhance their stealth capabilities, while the Jovar and Philidian manned the ship's defensive systems. It was a dance of desperation and skill, a fight for survival against overwhelming odds. With each passing second, the jump point drew closer, but so did the Threxian fighters. Emily's determination never wavered, her eyes fixed on the path to freedom. The ship was battered and bruised, but it held together, a testament to the resilience of those within. As they reached the jump point, Emily engaged the jump drive, and the stars stretched into lines of light before them. In a blink, they were gone, leaving the Threxian fleet behind. They emerged in a distant sector, safe for the moment, but their journey was far from over. They had escaped the clutches of Kraxen, but the war still raged on. Emily knew that her message to Earth Command had been sent, but there was more to be done. She had to ensure that the information about the Threxian fleet's weakness reached the right hands. As she set a course for Earth, Emily looked at her companions, former prisoners turned allies in a fight against oppression. They had different backgrounds, different species, but they shared a common goal: to stand against tyranny and fight for a future where all could live in peace. The ship hurtled through space, carrying its crew of unlikely heroes toward their next challenge. Emily Harris, once a lone human soldier in an alien prison, was now a beacon of hope, leading a band of rebels on a mission that could change the course of the war. In her heart, she carried the unbreakable spirit of humanity, ready to face whatever the future held. The small spaceship, a beacon of hope and defiance, carved its path through the star-studded expanse of space. Inside, the atmosphere was a blend of tension and determination. Emily Harris, now more than just a soldier, was a leader who had united a group of diverse beings in a common cause. Each member of this unlikely crew had their role, their part in this intricate dance of survival and resistance. Zara, the Threxian scientist, worked tirelessly at her console, her fingers dancing over the holographic displays as she enhanced the ship's stealth and defensive capabilities. The Jovar, with his 4 powerful arms, manned the ship's weapons, ready to defend their vessel against any threat. The agile Philidian, eyes sharp and senses keen, assisted in navigation and surveillance, ensuring that they remained undetected by enemy forces. As they neared Earth, the reality of their situation became increasingly clear. They were not just fugitives, they were carriers of a truth that could alter the course of the war. The information about the Threxian fleet's vulnerability was a weapon in itself, one that needed to be wielded with precision and wisdom. Emily's thoughts were on the message she had sent to Earth Command. Would it be enough? Would they be able to exploit the weakness in time? These questions lingered in her mind, but her resolve never wavered. She had come too far to doubt herself now. As they approached Earth's solar system, a sense of awe filled the cabin. For Zara and the others, it was their first glimpse of humanity's home world, a blue jewel floating in the vastness of space. For Emily, it was a reminder of what they were fighting for, not just a planet, but a symbol of hope and resilience. But their arrival did not go unnoticed. A squadron of Earth's defense ships hailed them, their weapons primed and ready. After all, a ship emerging from Threxian space was not a common sight. "This is Earth Defense Command to unidentified vessel," came the stern voice over the comm. "Identify yourself and state your purpose." Emily responded, her voice steady. "This is Private Emily Harris of the Galactic Union Army, carrying critical intelligence on the Threxian fleet, requesting immediate debriefing with command." A moment of silence followed, tense and heavy. Then the voice returned, softer now. "Private Harris, we've been expecting you. Your message was received. You and your crew are cleared for landing. Welcome home." The Earth ships escorted them to a secure landing pad, where they were greeted by a contingent of military personnel. Emily and her crew were quickly debriefed, the information about the Threxian weakness shared and corroborated. Plans were set into motion, strategies devised. The tide of the war was about to turn. In the days that followed, Emily watched as the Galactic Union launched a series of targeted strikes against the Threxian fleet, exploiting the vulnerability she had uncovered. It was a turning point in the war, a blow to the enemy that shifted the balance in their favor. But for Emily, the war was more than just a series of battles. It was a journey that had transformed her, that had shown her the strength of unity and the power of diverse perspectives. She had started as a soldier, but she had become a symbol of what humanity could achieve when it embraced not just its own potential, but the potential of others. As the war drew to a close, with the Threxian threat diminished, Emily looked to the future. She stood beside her crew, no longer just aliens, but friends and comrades. Together, they had faced the darkness of war and emerged victorious, not just for themselves, but for all who cherished freedom and peace. The story of Private Emily Harris and her diverse crew would be told for generations to come, a tale of unyielding valor and the unbreakable spirit of humanity. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope could be found, and that together the impossible could be achieved. And as the stars shone brightly above them, Emily knew that this was just the beginning. For in the vast and wondrous expanse of space, there would always be new challenges, new adventures, and new opportunities to prove, time and again, the indomitable spirit of humanity.